I think, first of all, if we look at the first three games that we played here, certainly that we had the issue in the first game with Brandon Bussey's injury, and we didn't deal with that very well for about 6-7 minutes. And then later on in the second period, we really took it to St. Cloud, obviously scored a couple of goals to move ahead. And I thought probably played the best hockey of that particular game in the third period in about the first 14 minutes. And they weren't getting any chances. We were getting chances. And they scored a goal that we made a mistake on to tie it. And then they got a goal with about 29 seconds left that I think it's affected us, to be quite honest with you. I think over the last couple of games here, coming fast and furious, I don't know if we've totally recovered from that, and that's shouldn't be the case. But we haven't gotten off to the start, so we would like, certainly against Nebraska, Omaha, and North Dakota. Although last night's game against North Dakota, we thought we played well in the first 7 minutes. But we just have to be better individually. We've got guys that are turning the puck over that normally make the play. We also have to be able to win a few more puck battles. We turn pucks over because we're getting our sticks lifted and guys are taking pucks with us. So our work ethic, our battle mentality, that's where the game always starts, and you got to be better in those areas. And we need to make sure that, I think what's happening now a little bit, I think there's a feeling we need to score a few more goals, so we're taking a few more chances, and we're getting caught the other way. And we've been chasing the last two hockey games against Omaha and against North Dakota. We were chasing the game the whole night. So just have to stabilize, just realize that we played 3 hockey games. There's a lot of hockey to be played, and we fully expect our team to get better every single game here. So we parked those first 3 games, and now we're on to Colorado College, who are going to be an excited group. This is going to be their first game of the year, so they're going to be fired up to play. So it's a good league, and if you're not on top of your game, you're usually chasing it, and we just have to be better. Got to coach better, got to play better, all areas.
Coach, how can your team help out the goaltenders? These guys are doing everything they can to stop pucks. It hasn't been going quite that well for them yet, but neither of them have really played that much, really. I mean, Brandon played virtually the whole season last year, and then not the entire season, but a lot of it. And Austin hasn't played a whole lot, and your freshman hasn't played at all.
Well, we're in a scenario that most Division I college hockey teams are in. They rely on their number one goaltender a lot. Certainly at UMD, a team that's still the defending national champion and won the last 2. I mean, Shepard played every game for them over the last number of years. So you want to have that guy that is your guy. And that's one of the problems when you do that. The other guys aren't necessarily getting playing time in net there. But, we met with our goalies last night. We have Will Massey working with our goaltenders now, and Tom Askey is still supporting Will and helping our goalies. But, they know they need to play better. There were some situations and some goals that just can't go in the net. So they're 2 young guys, both Alex and Austin are quality young men. We need them to be better in net. There's no question about it. But again, we have to push teams to the outside, make sure they're not getting prime opportunities. It was much better against North Dakota than it was against Omaha. It was kind of a foot race to our net there against Omaha. But last night, North Dakota got some goals that we probably should have the saves on.
Coach, what do you tell your team after a couple of losses like that to keep them, especially the young guys, from maybe dropping their head a little bit?
Well, if they drop their head too much, they won't have to worry because they'll be looking up at the game from the stands. So to me, that's a responsibility to park a game that you just played. And, we have a competitive situation in terms of getting into our lineup. And I don't know if it's our young guys that have necessarily been the issue. I think we've got some veteran players who we've had individual meetings with, and they all want to play better than what we're playing right now. So the key thing is we know what they're capable of, and it's my responsibility as the coach to bring the best out in them, and we haven't seen that yet. But everybody wants you to beat you in this league, and they want to beat you by 8 or 10 if they can do that, and we've kind of let them do that. I mean, can you believe that our goals against average right now over 3 games is over 7? Like that doesn't happen. We're talking about a different sport than hockey.
How about your veterans, coach? How are they approaching this? You need them to lead. You need those seniors, the guys that have been around, to kind of grab the reins and bring everybody along. Are you getting that out of them?
I think from that side of it, I mean, our 4 seniors, or our 4 captains are all seniors, and they've done some special things. You guys would be, interested to know, like Paul Washy said, from now on, nobody walks to the rink in groups of 2 or 3. When we walk out the door, we're walking out the door together, and when we're leaving the arena to come back to the hotel, we're walking together. And this afternoon, they're going out and they're going to kick the soccer ball around, and it's not like, come on out if you want to come out. It's, we're all going out. We're going to kick the soccer ball around. It was really interesting in the post-game press conference last night. I don't know if you guys caught it, but I'm not a big fan of the word momentum or confidence. And Brad Schlossman from North Dakota asked me during the press conference whether I thought our players' confidence was down. And I indicated to him it wasn't necessarily a word that I like to use. And then they asked Paul Washy, and afterwards, when they interviewed him, and Paul said, well, to be quite honest with you, we don't even use those words around here. We don't talk about confidence or momentum. We just got to play better. So they're a great group. But, the morale is pretty high, in terms of disappointed, not happy with what's going on, feeling that we haven't done the job for our school. But we have a lot of hockey games to play this year. And I think they've done a real good job of keeping that kind of focus and knowing that we got to be ready for the next game. The energy level before the game yesterday against North Dakota was high. I mean, the guys were talking in the room. They were excited for the opportunity and wanted to bounce back after a terrible game against Nebraska Omaha. So I think they've been doing an outstanding job. And obviously the best way to be a leader is to do it on the ice. And, I think those guys are prepared to do that as well.
Andy, what's the whole atmosphere there? I mean, it's just hockey and more hockey and sleep and eat and hockey. I mean, it's got to be kind of fun.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a hockey purist, you couldn't be in a better place here. I mean, it's interesting. We were walking back yesterday, and there were a few fans outside on the street snapping pictures of the players as they're walking by, just because they miss seeing the guys. So they're trying to get anything they can from the players there. But yeah, we've been, obviously the hotel here has been tremendous. The meals have been outstanding. I mean, we go down one floor to have our meals, and we're having them all in the hotel. And Lynn Ross has done an unbelievable job of providing us different options for food, and they're bringing it in, and we're in the meeting room. And for quite a while there, when we initially got here, all the meals were served in the players' individual rooms. And once we got through all the COVID clearances and that, now they can come down and eat in the same room together, between putting their mask on and taking it off and putting it on. But yeah, it's your day starts off with a COVID after breakfast. You got a COVID test, and then you practice or you play hockey, and you come back, have a meal, and maybe have a nap if you're a player. If you're a coach, you're watching video, and if it's the game you just played. Recently, they haven't been much fun to watch, but it's a pure hockey atmosphere, no question about it. The dressing room facilities, Nebraska's done a great job of hosting it. You wouldn't know that there weren't fans in the building. In fact, we're the only ones that maybe notice it because we play at Lawson and there's nothing else like it. But to me, there's been energy just from the players themselves.
How about, are you able to go to the other games? You get to go and watch the other teams, or is that not allowed?
Well, certainly the teams that we're playing next, we try to watch them. I mean, the bottom line is you could go to 2 games a day if you wanted, and you don't play them for, say, another week, and you got 3 more chances to watch them. So you don't have to be at every game, and certainly you have to be, with our staff too. I mean, we're watching video, we're playing, we're preparing. We don't want to overdo it by going to games that maybe 3 games out. We get all the tape. Brody Carnes, our director of hockey operations, he's the busiest guy because he's editing clips out of all the games of the teams we could be playing, so we can look at those. But yeah, we go to certainly the game, the team that we're playing next, the one that they just had. We make sure we're at that one as a staff.
Coach, you got 3 games over the next 4 days. How do you approach that in terms of kind of load management on the guys?
Well, today, for example, we had a 36-minute practice. We needed to skate. It was 9 in the morning. 10 in the morning. We needed to skate because we have a game at 11:30. Normally on game days, we have a game day skate. So we had a short skate today. We're letting them sleep as long as they can. Pre-game meal will be at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, and then we play it at 11:30. Our practice after tomorrow's game before the back-to-back, our back-to-back scenario we won't be practicing, we'll be resting. So, we're not going to over-practice, that's for sure, whenever we can give the players a break. But you also have to get out of the hotel. You can't be sitting here between games all the time. They got to get out and get some fresh air, kick the soccer ball around, and so on as well.
We got to do a lot of things. Obviously, it starts with the veteran leadership setting the example. We got to play fast, hard, and smart, which are our 3 pillars, and build on the third period that we had against North Dakota. Obviously, the game was a little out of hand, but I felt like we did a lot of good things and got some more zone time at the end of that game. So, we got to stay positive, and us as senior leadership, upperclassmen leadership has to set the example of, playing physical and playing fast and playing smart.
For you, 4 points in 3 games has to feel somewhat good. Given the issues you had a little bit last year with scoring, you're off to a good start. Paul Washy also off to a good start. So kind of taking the chance to lead by example and get yourselves going.
Yeah, I mean, that type of stuff usually comes if you're playing the right way and playing hard. And so I think everybody on our team, not just, me or Paul, is concerned with playing the right way and playing hard, and that stuff will take care of itself.
It's been a tough situation, Josh. You're losing your number 1 goaltender, but those other 2 guys are battling in there. How can you help them out?
Yeah, we just gotta try to help them out as much as we can by blocking shots and limiting the other team's grade A opportunities. Keeping their shots to the outside and tying up our guys and not letting them get 2-3 whacks at rebounds, and playing in the other end, trying to establish more of a forecheck and get more shots. The WMU Broncos that I'm used to playing with are teams that outshoot their opponents and dictate the pace of play that way. So, we just got to block shots, keep them to the outside, and play in their end.
Josh, what do you tell your guys after a couple of big losses? What do you tell the younger guys to keep them in it, especially in a weird situation where you're in a pod?
I think the biggest thing is realizing how early it is in the year. It's 3 games, 10% of our season basically, and there's a lot of hockey left to be played, and we just have to build on the positives, like I was saying, going into tomorrow's game, and just continue to try to get better every day. And that's all we can control right now. And so, the team morale is high. The guys nobody's feeling down about anything. We're just excited at the next opportunity to play.
You guys have played a lot of games in a few days, and you have some more ahead of you. how have you managed the energy levels for that?
Well, recovery is really important. And if we're not at the rink, usually we're, here at the hotel resting and doing homework or getting good meals. And we've been provided 3 meals a day. And I can't say that energy has been an issue. We had practice today and it was real up tempo. So, and also Omaha is allowing us to use their facilities for recovery and stuff, which has been great. A lot of guys taking advantage of that too.
How's the overall life been? I mean, you've been out there now for what, over a week, 10 days. I mean, this is different. You've never been in this situation before. It's different for all the teams there, but is it what this seems like hockey and sleep?
Well, that's a hockey player's dream. Yeah, it's all it is hockey and a little bit of school, and you're either watching hockey, playing hockey, or doing homework. And I don't think anybody's bored. With the meals, and we've been doing some team activities when we can, and everybody's staying pretty busy. So yeah, I mean, it's honestly gone by pretty quick with all the games. Every other day, or we'll have a back-to-back this week. So yeah, it's a hockey player's dream for sure.